Hi, it's Jenny from Nomadic Hero. In this review, we will be looking at DFY Suite 3.0. Now, this is the third version, and it's released by Joshua Zamora on the 20th of May. Now, what this product is one that will create a lot of backlinks for you, and in theory, when you get those backlinks, they will escalate your rankings in Google. And this is what the product looks like inside. We'll come and investigate this very shortly. Now, this is all premised on the basis of what they call a PBN, which is a private blog network. And the syndication is these websites all working in together. Your content is posted onto their network, and in doing so, a lot of backlinks are created that will go back to the source, which is your website, or whether it's a video or a blog. That's the theory. But let's have a look how it works in practice, because there's some very big risks in here if you don't understand what you're using. So what we will do is go into this product and demonstrate some of the dangers that are awaiting beginners and new affiliate marketers. Now, if you haven't been to my channel before, please subscribe, ring the bell for future updates. Let's get into this video and pull some of the pieces apart. Now, the members area, it's quite clean looking and quite easy to use. The dashboard shows us where things are at, basically the statistics of how many credits. One credit buys one backlink, how many you have available, how many campaigns you've created, how many have been posted that haven't yet finished, and then it tells you the total number of backlinks, and there is an introduction video here. Now, there are a number of tutorials which take you through what each of these things mean. Now, the tutorials are fine for what they are, and they do describe, and they're quite adequate. And what you'll find is some of these do actually move into the upgrade. Now, this is a demonstration site, so there's been a lot of links being created in the last little while because everyone's been having a play with. But the way in which the structure works is you've got your dashboard here. The main piece that you would be using are the campaigns and the network info. Credits and subscriptions are here, and your initial credits, so you will always know where you're at. Bear in mind that you do pay for your backlinks, and there is a monthly subscription. Now, there are integrations, and this integration is for a spinning of content. Now, the spinner of content you need to buy as an upgrade. There's bonuses in here, and it goes into each of the bonuses. My products describes all the other Joshua Zamora products that you have. There is a support page, tutorials, which we've seen over here. There are webinar replies. Now, this is the third version, so there are some frequently asked questions here that have been answered, and these are well worthwhile going through and having a look. The key to using this product is setting up the campaigns and understanding the network info. So what we'll do first is just have a look here. Now, what this is, it tells you there are 1,000 sites in the network. This is the PBN that I was referring to before. That is the private blog network. And these are all the pieces in the puzzle. 42% .com domains being used in here. And you can see there's a .uk, there's a .org here, and then there's lots of small ones through here, which will obviously be providing some sort of backup for the very much smaller niches. That's the constitution of the domains there. And the domain authority, we'll just look at quickly here. So first up, what is domain authority? Domain authority is a way of predicting how well a website will rank on search engines. A higher score means a stronger website that's more likely to rank higher in the search engines. And also, a lower score means a weaker website. So what is important for us in looking at this is knowing what is good and what is bad. So generally speaking, a weak domain authority score will fall between 0 and 20. 20 to 30 is getting there, and between 30 and 50 is good. Now, once you go over 50 or 60, you've got a strong domain authority. So looking at this diagram here, you can see that if you add all these numbers up, there's 24 sites that have got a better domain authority than 20. So for the 1,000 sites in the network, on average, the domain authority for these middling ones is in the vicinity of about 12 or 13. So as you can see, the domain authority of this PBN is not that high, given that we were sort of suggesting once you're getting over about 30, you were sort of getting up into the average ranks. I point this out because it then leads to an indication of the type of backlinks that are going to be sent across to your site. Right, let's look at some campaigns. Now, to create a campaign, you just press this button up here. What you need to input is the name of your campaign, the URL of your website or video. It says you can put in multiple URLs. That's all you need to do, and it must be in the correct format. Then you put in keywords that are relevant, and now you can enter multiple keywords, so you put that in here. The only other information you need to put in is if you want this to generate content for you, you can say, I don't want to bother with content, generate it for me. It says if you want to have automatic, turn this on. If it's turned on, we will provide content. And it says you can provide it yourself if you want to. In fact, we encourage you to do that. There's always a better choice, but it can be time consuming. So the real issue here is if they start to generate content for you, you will either have a choice. You can create content by scraping for campaign keyword, and this then describes what happens. This is all done by machine with the help of AI. Content produced is not meant to be read by humans, and it's not going to win any awards, so that doesn't sound very promising. It sometimes won't make much sense. It says if the process fails, we'll provide heavily spun generic article about websites. The second way is to use their most recent product launch, which is called Create. So you can create niche content by using Create, and they use that technology to provide unique content in a selected niche. Now, I've done a review on this particular product, and I will leave the link in the description below this video. In that particular review, I said yes, the product does work, but I certainly wouldn't recommend it for beginners, and I gave my reasons for that. So this is not necessarily a recommended way to do your content either. You can choose out of a number of languages that are listed here, which gives it sort of an international flavor, and the previous version allowed you to embed videos, so you can in fact turn that on as well to allow that videos to be embedded into the article that's going to be the subject. Video URL, you can also put something here as well. Now once you've filled all those things in, you can decide how many links do you want, and it goes up to 1,000. This is version 3, goes to 1,000, and you can then decide how long you want to take for that to happen, and there's a maximum period there of 21 days, so it looks much more natural than having them all arrive at once. Now this index link is an app that is an upgrade, and I'm not quite sure what it does because there's no description of it there, but that is definitely an upgrade. Next, you get a summary of what you've chosen, and then all you need to do is check out the credit cost, because there'll be 1,000 credits required there, and hit the create button. Now because the drip feed process is on, this can take some time to create itself, so the best thing we can do is have a look at some of the ones that have already been created for us. So what we'll do is look at the ones that have been completed, and then we'll have a look at the types of links that are actually coming out at the end, and they're summarized in this report. Now they only appear in the completed status. If I look at one called email marketing, I'll just take the first one. There are 300 links that have been created over a 5-day period, and over here you can download the links, and this is what we need to look at, the quality of the links that are being created. Okay, let's have a look at some of these links. I'm just choosing this one because it's a secure site, this third one here, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, well what we've got here is a An intriguing internet site with fantastic articles. The link that has been popped into this is this one, I believe, Software Affiliate Marketing, and the name of this site is this. If we look at that domain, now what I've done is I've gone into a website called Ahrefs, and what that will do for you is check the domain authority of the particular domain that you're looking at. Now the one we've just looked at was this saniaroy.review, and it's given it a domain rating of 1.2. So that is not high at all as far as domain authority is concerned, and it tells me there are 291 linking websites to this and 1095 backlinks. If this doesn't look and smell like a link farm, it's getting pretty close. Let's have a look at another one. I've chosen this one, a .com site this time, to see what we can find. Now this is the link here that has been inserted into one of the websites that are on the PBN, and this particular one has this name, ayestamusica.com. So what we'd like to do now is have a look to see what type of domain authority this one has. And I've got a domain authority of 5 this time. It's a little bit higher, still a huge number of backlinks and quite a lot of websites as well, so it's still got the same look and smell as the previous one we saw. Okay, now for the bonuses. Bonus number 1 is the agency rights to this product. Bonus number 2 is a sub syndicator, which allows you to give your VA full access. Bonus 3 is automatic done for you video embeds. 4, keyword bootcamp training. 5, bonus training client attraction. And last but not least, perfect optimization blueprint. Now what I want to do is go back to the sales page and see whether the sales page and the members area do actually say the same thing. Let's look at the statements that are being made on the sales page. The power of high quality done for you social syndication. Now the real issue here is, yes, there is traffic being generated. Is it targeted? Possibly. It's hard to tell because we did see the example of links between the pages of the PBN and the actual targeted keyword didn't exactly match one another, and that suggests that the buyer traffic is probably not buyer traffic. There will be some traffic there, and you really couldn't tell the quality of it. The other thing that's a little problematic, it talks about powerful high authority. We looked at the domain authority of the PBN, and frankly it was on the low side. It wasn't really coming up to even average, and the whole expectation with using this is that those links coming out of the PBN are theoretically supposed to be high quality, and because they're high quality they point to your website or whatever it is they're pointing to, and that should be raising the bar as far as Google is concerned for your site, and the likelihood of that happening is very low. So what they're really saying is how to get your sites and videos ranked on page 1 of Google and YouTube. I doubt that would happen. I had a quick check and I did find a couple, 2 or 3 down on pages 2 and 3, but I didn't actually find anything on page 1. Certain that it couldn't happen, but it's unlikely. This sales page has got all the characteristics of some of the shiny object syndrome, and that is you get all this work done and you don't actually have to do all the boring grunt work yourself. That's one of the protocols that you would expect. And in addition to that, and you can get these page rankings in 23 minutes. Now this person has blotted out all the rankings that were there. Why you would do that if you were actually getting those sorts of rankings? You'd be wanting to show what it was rather than blanking them out. You could argue that it's a client's profile, but all these numbers here could belong to anything. This guy makes his money from selling these sorts of products, not from actually using these products. So I think there's a big gap between what they're saying and what it actually delivers. The quality is missing, and the links, the actual websites that you were seeing on that PBN, I don't know whether you noticed, but headlines and the titles were pretty much the same for every single one, with the link sort of stuffed in the middle somewhere, and in some cases it had absolutely no relationship to the documentation around it. So I don't think you really could expect a lot from this. You might get a few links. It might happen in the short term. You might get some if you get your keywords matching up, but this is not something that you would try and build a long-term business on, because it just wouldn't last. And there's a 100% risk-free guarantee, so you can have full confidence in joining today, and you get a little bit of fear of missing out here if you don't act quickly. And the one thing you do need to know is there are some upgrades here. I haven't covered those. There are 4. Upgrade number 1, you can lock in your discounted rate for monthly credits, and what it does say is there is a $1 trial for 30 days, and then you pay $47 a month thereafter, but you get a bonus of 2,500 credits each month and increasing if you want to lock in your discounted rate for monthly credits. That's a monthly payment, that one. There's a done for you indexer. I did refer to the indexer, and it seems to suggest that it will get your campaigns running much faster and harder, and that's a $67 one-time payment. Upgrade 3 is $47 a quarter, and that is My Video Spy. You can uncover untapped niches, analyze your competitors. And upgrade 4 is access to Video Chief, which is their membership site of 1,200 done for you videos that you can use straight away. Would you buy this product as a beginner or as an affiliate marketer? I would have to suggest to you that there's too much going on in this product. For a beginner, just to get their head around what is actually going on will be a challenge, because there's a lot of pieces here, and the real problem is you are paying money to these people to provide quality backlinks. What you're getting are backlinks. I wouldn't say it doesn't work. You will get backlinks, but I suspect the quality of them would be relatively low, and the probability of getting rankings at number 1 is also particularly low. I think you could spend a lot of time trying to make this thing work for you, and you wouldn't really get too far. And don't forget, in the meantime, you're paying monthly for more and more credits so that you can actually run this thing. You don't just buy it once and it just keeps happening. You've got to keep paying monthly to make sure you get those credits. So my view on this is really that for a beginner or a beginning affiliate marketer even, I wouldn't go near this one. I think you should just avoid it completely and go and find something else that is more suitable for someone who wants to build a long-term business. So I hope you found something of value in this video. If you haven't been to this channel before, please subscribe, ring the bell for future updates. Now, if you are trying to make money online as a beginner affiliate marketer, then I have some honest and effective free training in the link in the description below. This training is incredibly detailed and shows you exactly how to build a real evergreen business online, which brings in traffic, leads and sales. Go ahead, click the link below. It's 100% free and 100% awesome. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.